Got a Bosch planer here. It's the PHO16-82. It's had quite a bit of use, this one, but I was gifted this. And at the bottom, here's the blade. Make sure you keep the power off when you're doing this. But here's the blade, just this area here. And this one here has got some nicks taken out of it. You can just see it's got a kind of a rough area. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the blade over, and you can do that on most of these by unscrewing these two Allen keys here, slipping the blade out and then reversing it. So let's quickly do that. I think you need, is it this one? Yeah. It's a 2.5 mil Allen key. So whack that in there. Undo these. And you can make out these plates becoming loose. And then once you've done that, there we go, the blade comes out. So here's our original cutting face. There are definitely some nicks out there. Yeah, that's obviously gone over a nail or a screw or something, because that's taken a lovely gouge out there, which makes poor cutting finish. But on the other side, as you can make out, this is actually mirrored, so you can use the unworn side and just replace that. So all we need to do is just stick it back in. So remember which way this goes. It should only go in one way. So I'm going to spin it around, and we're just going to slide that back in. It's easier to slide it than to try and place it. And of course, goes without saying, be careful, because this is a sharp blade. Okay, there we go. Oops. Slide it back up. And in this particular model, the blade hangs out just outside each end, just away from the side there, so it's slightly longer than the actual cylinder that it fits in. And then tighten these up. I think ideally try and do it evenly before fully tightening, just so that you don't get the blade in crooked. And then once you've nipped it up, just double check. So I'm not quite happy with that. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit, just so that it's bang on in the middle. So let's just do it like this. It's a bit easier. And there's what I was mentioning about the blade just coming out slightly proud of the cylinder on both sides. So that's how it goes in. So make sure that's as equidistant as you can, and then tighten these up. And that's it, job done. Now we have a lovely smooth and looks like unused surface, cutting surface. And when you've replaced your blade and tightened up the two screws, make sure you test it on a piece of test wood. Don't do it on the piece you're going to be planing. Make sure you always test it first, just to make sure it's level and everything's all correct. It's just the you can see it's keyed, so it only goes in one way, so it should be impossible to get that in incorrectly. But always test it, and of course wear safety gear as well. Keep your fingers away from that when it's going. By the way, on this Bosch model, I realised they actually supply the Allen key, and it's hidden on this side. So you slide that out. Look at that. Actually supply the own tool to remove the blade, but there we go. That's kind of groovy. Stick it back in. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Cheers.